your thought? What were your thoughts in the staging procedure there?
My thoughts were just to wait until Robbie went into the staging lanes first, because I've been burned down before, and I just wanted to wait until he went in, and then I was going to go in.
It's a pretty nice burn down.
That was a good one.
Yeah, it was good. It's good times. And then
probably helped your life.
Didn't actually.
How was it? It wasn't very good. I mean, I figured we'd play a game on the starting line. I knew Dan was going to tell them to definitely not stage first.
Right.
So I knew that going in. I figured, well, I'll go ahead and see if I'd go on a two-step, see if he went in.
Right.
I'd just go ahead and go in, maybe catch him off guard.
Right.
And I didn't do anything with the tune-up. I figured that Terry, you know, that Dan was going to put it on kill, and all I hoped was that they spun. Possibly the track didn't hold, and he spun and just, you know, slowed up enough. I figured I didn't want to shoot myself in the foot.
Right.
And Terry just flat out, you know, showed everybody his hand. 414. I mean, it's going to be hard for anybody to deal with that here in Qatar.
Right. Well, I mean, do you have plans to, like, what can you do to step up on your end?
Well, this is my
what you've brought.
Smaller motor, so
yeah.
Hopefully we can get the faster motor, which has been a 16. Hopefully we can get that back together.
Okay.
And
that's right, because you damaged that yesterday.
On the first day. We broke the piston, and hopefully, you know, I don't know if we'll have it for the next race, but hopefully by the third, we'll have everything back together and fixed, and maybe then I'll have something for them. I mean, I'm not saying the bike won't go that fast, but I didn't want to go out there and, you know, and shoot myself in the foot and hurt my motor.
Sure.
Figuring that he had already been consistent 18s,
sure.
I'd been consistent 23s. I figured I'd just take a shot that I could get him on the tree, and, you know, hey, maybe, yeah, well, maybe I just figured that, hey, you know, I just figured I knew he was going to outrun me. You know, wasn't a question on whether or not he was going to outrun me. It was just basically, could I get enough on the tree to keep him, hold him off, and obviously I didn't.
Very good.
Congratulations to Terry. I mean, hey, I tell you, they got a class act team over there. They're, you know, it's, you know,
except for that guy that pulls the starter cart to the line.
Behind Ashley Owens.
I mean, me.
I mean, in all reality, behind Ashley Owens, I mean, you got, you know, the second fastest guy, you know, out there.
Ooh, there that is again.
And, you know, well, I mean, it is what it is, you know. I mean, him and Ronnie Procopio are kind of battling on who's going to get into the O's. I mean, I know Kim went an O, but what can you say? I mean, Terry's definitely put in the time this year, and, you know, he's had a heck of a year for coming out first real year in ADRL, and he's got Dan and man working for him, so I mean, it doesn't get much better than that.
All right. Very good.
I agree with everything he said. He was right.
So at what point did you get around Robbie on the track?
I'm not sure when I went around him.
I heard him right at the lights. I mean, he beat me by 0.200s at the finish line. So
That's what it was?
Yeah, it was like 200s at the finish line.
What was your 60-foot, Robbie?
106 to his 101.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. So you made up a good chunk right there.
Yeah, he picked the 500s and the 60-foot, and then what did you go to 330? I went 77.
I'm not
I think
even
you went
sure.
72 or something.
I knew I didn't have to cut a great light, but I had to cut a good light, and it was just enough. It wasn't like I was lost by that or one by.
Well, I mean, you've been, you know, I've been kind of paying attention. Your lights you haven't been having bad lights, so I figured I didn't want to go out there and go red and really push it. And I figured, you know, if I could go 40 or better, give me a shot. You know, I figured from the last run he had me by 500.
It was a good drag race.
Yeah. So Terry, did you enjoy the burn down thing? Was that kind of fun?
I was gonna weight him down.
Yeah.
He knew I wasn't gonna go in before.
Next time, the gas will run out of mine.
Mine too.
We'll run out of gas. We'll have to get off in foot brakes.
But you know, that's what Dan said. That's what Dan said. We've got a bigger gas tank than Robbie has.
It was fun.
I got a reserve tank. You'll wonder why we're sitting on the starting line and T's got a tank standing next to him with a hose running to it.
It was fun. Even if I would have lost, well, I wouldn't.
No, you'd have been. calm down if you don't lost.
Terry's been, I mean, this was my first final in ADRL.
Is that right?
Yeah, this is the first.
I didn't realize that.
So, I mean, it's, you know, like I said, I'm not upset being the bridesmaid.
Number 1 and number 2.
Yeah, right, that's what I said. Number 1 and number 2, we came over here. If we can finish the season number 1 and number 2, it won't hurt my feelings one bit to be number 2, I tell you. I mean, I want to be number 1, but it ain't going to hurt my feelings to be number 2.
All right,
I was number 2 all year.
Yeah.
So it's not bad.
Yeah, right. you know the feeling. But today you're number 1, so congratulations. What do you think about that?
Thank you very much. I'm very happy.
Yeah?
Very happy. Very grateful.
And were you freaked out at all this morning when after you hit the cones that like, oh shit, what's today gonna be like?
No, when I hit the cones, I knew I screwed up, and especially I didn't know how badly I screwed up. Like, but when
after that, you were super consistent. Nice straight passes.
Yeah, the bike was running straight. I was lining up straight. It was all good.
Did Dan throw any more at it at the end of the day, or was that just the same tune-up?
No, he put more into it.
Oh, he did?
He put more into it.
Were you worried about that at all?
I was a little worried about
with
that.
With the dew gathering on cars the way it was?
I was just worried that the tire might spin.
Yeah.
And that I didn't want to lose like that.
Yeah.
So, but he knew that I wanted to have a cushion. We needed a cushion because he was consistent all day too.
Yeah. Absolutely. You added more to it for that. What did you do? Did you add? You weren't running the second stage all day, right? Or
no, we ran it, but we were just being conservative with the second stage, and mostly working with the new Pro Series 3 box, Schnitz box coming out in January. Got to thank Dave Schnitz and Dennis Schutt, the maker of the box, for letting me be one of the first to try it and develop it, and couldn't have done it without it. Robinson Industry transmissions, the best transmissions you can buy. MTC pistons and slider clutch from MTC. And Mickey Thompson tires. Put this tire on, one of the best tires you can buy. Everybody's going fast with it. And my wife Kathy. She puts up with me when we're not doing good, and she got to be here when we were doing good.
Yeah, and she pointed out that the bike is for sale.
Oh yeah, it's for sale. This bike is for sale. I build these bikes. I can sell you this one or build a brand new one.
All right, so in the final, you turned it up, and it was noticeably wetter. And were you at all worried about that? That the track had gotten a little damp, and that?
Yeah. They did an awesome job on the track prep. They went ahead and drug it before we ran, prepped the track before we ran. So I was really confident that our 60 foot was going to be there. Did our best 60 foot ever in the final round, and.
Your best 60 foot ever? What'd you run?
101 60 foot.
All right, very good.
So, yep. And,
very good.
I'd like to thank Dan the Man.
Oh, well, yeah, of course.
Dan the Man and Kathy.
For
everything. Worldwide Bearings, Schnitz, Mickey Thompson, and Robinson Industries.
Very good.